discussing this. It's come up a couple of times recently. So when you're trying to open a closed guard, you can't always just be doing it from your knees, right? You're going to have to, at some point, you're going to have to open from your feet. A lot of what I'm going to say tonight is not going to be like specific instruction on how to, like, here's how you're going to open it, and this pass is going to be there and things like that. We're going to talk a little bit more about just the ideas, right? How I'm going to open the guard. The main objective here is I need to put enough stress on Sean's guard that the force required for me to open it is minimal, right? Like if you take a balloon out of a bag, you blow it up and put a pin in it, it pops. Okay, the more I stretch the guard, the easier it's going to be for me to unlock my opponent's feet, right? Generally, what we're dealing with is people who are really long. That's where the problem is because it's harder to open a long person's guard from the knees than it is a short person's guard. So we have to find another way to stress the guard. So I want to go over a handful of things, guys, before we get into the techniques, right, that are going to help maybe clarify some issues here, right? I'm using Sean because he's pretty long. If you look at this position here, right, Sean's knees are the widest part of his guard, right? He can flare his knees while keeping his feet closed, and my hips fit perfectly in here. So if I just sit here and do all this nonsense where my hips are square and I just try and pressure down here, what's going to happen is if it hurts the opponent, he's going to open the guard. If it doesn't hurt the opponent, he's not going to open his guard. So what I have to do is find a way to stretch the guard and put as much stress on it as possible, right? Inside the closed guard. If you find yourselves inside the closed guard doing this, where you're burying your head in here and your hips are your elbows are hugging inside the hips here, a lot of times that probably means you're tired or you're not really sure what to do, okay? That's not a spot you want to be in. That's not the same thing as this, where I'm working the biceps and I'm going to make an opening. Cool. So when I'm here, the first most basic way you ever learn how to open the guard from the knees is by putting a knee in the butt, right? Now, so when I open the guard from the knees, we're only going to spend a minute here, guys. I can't just sit here and do this. That's correct. This does not work. But when I put my knee here and I turn my body, I haven't done anything yet. Look at what just happened. Just because I changed the angle of this. Now the amount of pressure that's required to open that guard because I put stress on it is minimal. Okay, guys? But Sean's pretty long, but you're going to come up with guys that you're going to come across people who are even longer than that. And so to sit here on the ground is going to be really difficult. So the other way that we can stress it is just any way that where we're here and we stand. This puts also stress on the good, my man. This also puts stress on my opponent's guard, right? So I can change the angle of my hips from the mat. I can stand up, and I can stand up and change the angle of the hips, which is a way that you're almost always going to get this guard open. So when I can't open someone's guard from the knees, especially at a high level, the longer I just sit here, the higher the chances that he's going to probably do something unfortunate to me. Right? It doesn't matter what it is. I have to find a way to open the guard. There are a lot of reasons that people don't stand right away to open the guard. The first of which, for most people, is it's fucking hard. Right? People trying to get up and you're getting broken down the whole time nonstop. So all we're going to do first, guys, is we're going to go to the most basic way to stand so that the people who are newer to jiu-jitsu understand about standing up in someone's guard. And then we're going to get into some different options here on how to get the right grips and things like that, okay? So just for right now, guys, bottom, it doesn't even matter what you're doing. Two hands, one to the thumb. I'm sorry, thumb to the chin, thumb to the side. Turn, palm down, grab the sleeve. Hand goes inside. Sean will keep his guard closed. I step to that side. You don't have to squeeze. You just got to keep your feet locked. I step to the side of the arm I'm going to control. I'm going to windshield wipe, and I'm going to lean, step, and posture. Look, make sure this elbow's in here. When my elbow's outside, yank your right elbow to the mat, Sean. Now do it. I stay posture. All because I put my elbow to the inside. Okay? I'm going to try and stay up. Go ahead. Do it again. Oh, because my elbow's on the inside. Hey, guys, grab your partner, sets of 5, top to bottom real quick. We're going to move fast, guys.